The headlines: CBSI warns that the Special Economic Zone Bill can place Solomon Islands as a money laundering country. The Ministry of Health and Medical Services and World Bank launched the Tulagi Hospital renovation project in Central Island Province. And the United Kingdom government report they are proud to invest in maritime security and safety across the Pacific, including Solomon Islands. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanau. The Central Bank of Solomon Islands, CBSI, warns that the Special Economic Zone Bill can place Solomon Islands as a money laundering country. CBSI Governor Dr. Lukforau raised the concern during the Bills and Legislation Committee hearing into the Special Economic Zone Bill. He said as the bill currently stands, some of their financial transaction processes and regulations will not be implemented. Thus, they call for caution in the way the Special Economic Zone Bill financial transaction will take shape.
And we put some caution in there. While the bill is a good one, I mean, the intention is to support the development of the country. We are also mindful that Solomon Islands is not isolated. We are not an island of its own. We are dependent on the other, to the rest of the world. So whatever we do, other countries, they also monitor us or see us. And we do trade with other countries. And there are areas that sometimes that we are not supposed to involve in. And here I'm talking specifically about money laundering and perhaps combating financing the terrorists. But this bill is a potential window for money launderers to come. You know, money launderers, they are everywhere, especially in the advanced economies. They have lots of money, those drug dealers. They have millions or even billions of money, and they can use this window to come and clean up their money in here. They can come in as legitimate companies, setting up legitimate companies, using our whatever incentives is provided here, clean up the money, and they maybe take off. So perhaps we should be very careful when dealing with this. So given our development status is not that too advanced, we are prone to such activities stemming out from these money launderers.
SIBC News understands CBSI did not take part in the Special Economic Zone Bill compilation. The Ministry of Health and Medical Services, in partnership with the World Bank, launched the Tulagi Hospital renovation project. The construction work is managed and implemented by Super Construction Limited. The completed refurbishment work at the hospital covered 5 existing buildings, including the administration office. Simon Tavake reports.
The Ministry of Health and Medical Services and World Bank on Friday launched the Tulagi Hospital renovation project in Central Islands Province, funded by the World Bank at a cost of 9.6 million Solomon dollars, and the renovation work is the first for the hospital in the past 20 years. In his remarks at the project launching, Minister of Health and Medical Services, Dr. Paul Bosawai, thanked the World Bank and all involved in ensuring the successful completion of the hospital renovation project.
Recognizing the pressing need to improve health infrastructure, service delivery, and workforce capacity, the Ministry of Health and Medical Services, through the World Bank, funded health system project, and that is the COVID emergency response, embarked on a broader health system strengthening initiative. The strategy investment has enabled critical upgrades in key health facilities, including the renovation and enhancement of Tulagi Hospital. Once again, I wish to acknowledge the World Bank team and the Ministry of Finance for their foresight and steadfast support in addressing the healthcare challenges we faced, particularly during the difficult times of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your partnership has been instrumental in shaping a more resilient and capable health sector for our people.
World Bank representative Michael Mike in his remarks said the World Bank is committed to work with the Solomon Islands government in improving its health system.
And in partnership with Minister of Finance, Minister of Health and Government, and the provincial government, World Bank is always here to support. I want to extend our deepest gratitude to the Senior Executive of Health. This project was run by them in the first 6 months when there was no project management unit. And right after that, there was a COVID breakdown and a lockdown. And the project in 1 year inside of very difficult times. But the executive, they stand tall, ensure that there is a proper system in place and a foundation that was set before the project management unit to come inside. And today we witnessed that this project successful complete December last year, 2024. And in the Pacific, this project was one of the best performing health projects. We led this progress and trust partnership with a symbol of this as we are here today. World Bank remain committed and working alongside the government and the ministry to build a resilience and health system strengthening as we go forward.
Meanwhile, Central Islands Province Premier Honorable Salini calls on the people of Tulagi to look after the hospital renovated facility.
We have every reason to be thankful and celebrate this morning. However, ladies and gentlemen, we are not quite there yet. I, on behalf of my people, would like to request the hard-working Minister of Health and your good, hard-working Permanent Secretary to please ensure that all the services needed by our people are provided here. I know this is yet another big step that needs to be taken to ensure that the beautiful facility we have here is fully utilized. Ladies and gentlemen, the successful completion of the Tulagi Hospital demonstrates what we can all achieve if we work together. The partnership between the national government, the World Bank, the contractor, and the provincial government has been strong throughout the duration of the project. To my good people of Central Province, having such a project like this don't come very often. That is why I'm calling on all of us to look after this beautiful facility so that we can continue to use it for many more years to come.
SIBC News understands the refurbishment works took around 13 months to complete. I'm Simon Tawake for SIBC TV.
Still on the Tulagi Hospital renovation project, Central Island Province now has access to upgraded health facilities with the launch of the newly renovated Tulagi Hospital, which includes specialist services aimed at reducing patients' referral to the National Referral Hospital. Simon Tawake with the details.
Upgraded health services can now be accessed in Central Islands Province following the launch of the newly renovated Tulagi Hospital. Speaking to SIBC News, Tulagi Hospital Director of Nursing, Albert Vure, said the upgraded services now include some specialist services offered to the people of Central Islands Province. He said this will reduce the number of patients they send to Honiara for advanced treatment at the National Referral Hospital.
Currently, this time we have X-ray department, we have operating theater, we have two medical laboratory, and then additional ward, pediatric ward, we established to this time, which is we will take ownership to us for this opportunity because so far this one by me rating was one of the best hospital long country where Hemi sabi answerable lo kata calls ya. Previously, we will have no problem with him sadlo referral system, especially no time, no any specialist area hemi is located here. We will have to send him go to Honiara for special attention. Yeah, this time, Baba, I'm no longer that way. Ba mi fala garem kota special group, especially kota X-ray machine, so same ba mi place lo here. Ba mi fala X-ray no kota patient ba mi fala mi fala need for take him laboratory test. Ba mi have to use him lab lo fala here. Whereas before me have to send him to Honiara, but take him no kota test here, which is very expensive. Ba mi fala have to use him fuel for go and come back. And currently, we will about for Garam 2 for a new sea ambulance. One for currently at hand. We will about for USIM, where him provided by UNICEF. And the other one, him provided by the Koika group. That's a group of Ramnaka, the Ministry of Health and Medical Services. And then encouraging for having such a infrastructure or such a development where have been in place in the province of Lomilo here. Because we don't have what time more about doing another development as such, maybe I think maybe 20 or 30 years more, yeah? Which is behind me make him life him harder. So this time we feel so fortunate for getting these services for him available.
Member of Parliament for Gela constituency, Honourable Choylin Iyum Douglas said her people are fortunate to have the health facility in the province.
As I look around, I am filled with gratitude and humility to witness the launch of one of the most modern mini hospitals in our country. Right here in the constituency. Yes, thank you. My people are incredibly fortunate, and we cannot express enough our gratitude for this wonderful gift. Thank you to the Solomon Islands government and the Ministry of Health and Medical Services for prioritizing Tulagi Hospital in your health improvement initiatives. I acknowledged that many other provincial health facilities are still awaiting renovation, but making today's handover a testament to your commitment to Tulagi Hospital and the healthcare services for my people.
Meanwhile, Emily Pulo from Central Province said the upgraded hospital will cater to the health needs.
First time, me para find them hard. Time okta no make bigget this hospital, and then this time where other members from me fala long province okta garim this hard. Then okta put them inside long plan blocketa for this hospital. Okta rebuilding back more, extending more, making him big, so that every room long, every seek care for him stay lo him. So sad lo me fal people long Central Islands province, but me fal benefit a lot lo him. Especially sometimes me fal garden problems lo sick and same, then sad lo doctor him had a little bit. But now so far me fal garden 3 fal doctor so far.
I'm Simon Tawake for SIBC TV.
Now the UK government is proud to invest in maritime security and safety across the Pacific, including the Solomon Islands. British High Commissioner to the Solomon Islands, His Excellency Paul Turner, reiterated this support in an interview with SIBC News. He stated that through the Integrated Ocean Management and Maritime Governance Programme, the UK has been supporting Pacific Island countries as they work to ensure a free and open Indo-Pacific, while upholding the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea.
There's also the Ocean Country Partnership Programme, which is still going ahead. We are looking to develop that further. We are actually being, for example, working, and the government has very much appreciated this, we've been working in terms of the mapping of the continental shelf, which the government has been hugely appreciative of, because this will enable the government of Solomons to actually go with its neighbouring countries and have a clear definition of where the boundary lies beyond its exclusive economic area. So that's an example of some very specific technical assistance that we're giving in terms of marine topography and the designation of marine borders.
Mr. Turner added they are working on mapping the continental shelf to ensure that small island nations like the Solomon Islands have a clear understanding of their boundaries and maritime zones.
I mean, we're working there, looking at we're plotting the line of the continental shelf boundary, so that this is then internationally agreed at the UN level. So this will enable the Solomon Islands to be clearly defined of where its boundary is in terms of the marine extension of the continental shelf. You obviously have your own exclusive economic area, which goes 200 kilometres from your border, your land border. But beyond that, there is also the definition of your continental shelf, which goes beyond the EEA, and that's important for any country to have defined, and that's what we're working up in agreement with your neighbouring countries.
With the UK support to date, officials from Fiji, Vanuatu and the Solomon Islands have made progress on the submissions for the North Fiji Basin, South Fiji Basin and Melanesian Plateau. Building on this, the UK is supporting work on 3 additional submissions: the Onton Java Plateau, the Eurapik Rise and the Solomon Islands Enclave area. Now, the government held a state funeral for the late Sir David Vunagi, former Governor-General, with his body lying in state at the National Parliament before a funeral service at St Barnabas Cathedral. Ian Kaukui reports.
The government on Thursday held a state funeral for the former Governor-General, the late Sir David Vunagi. The body of the late statesman was transported from his retirement home at Okea in North Guadalcanal to the National Parliament on Thursday morning. In Parliament, the body lies in state where members of Parliament, senior government officials and other dignitaries paid their respect. A funeral service was held at the St Barnabas Cathedral. Sir Vunagi's eldest son, Father Dudley Vunagi, in his eulogy reflected on his father's life.
From 1996 to 1998, I went to Vancouver School of Theology, British Columbia, attained Master of Theology. On September 1996 to July 1998, he was also the assistant priest of St. Anselm Parish, University of British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada. August to December 1998, parish priest, Yandina, and senior priest for Laue region. In 1999, he went back to become the principal of Selwyn College, leading the school into the height of the ethnic unrest. 2000 became the mission secretary, Anglican Church of Melanesia, Honiara. On November 2000, Sir David was elected Bishop of Tematu, November 2000, and was consecrated as the 3rd Bishop of Tematu on the 6th of May 2001. On 4th March 2009, elected as the 5th Archbishop of Melanesia. Installed as the 5th Archbishop of Melanesia on the 31st of May, Sir David retired from active service in the church on the 5th of September 2015. However, on the 14th of December 2017, I again appointed to go back as principal to Selwyn College, Maravovo. 2018, principal of Selwyn College. 2019, elected as the 7th Governor-General of Solomon Islands. And on the 7th of July, 2019, inaugurated as the 7th Governor-General of Solomon Islands.
Meanwhile, in his eulogy, a friend, Professor Transform Agurau, highlighted the legacy of late Sir David.
Sir David was a teacher, a mentor, a friend, a statesman, and above all, a man of faith. His legacy is not etched in monuments, but in the hearts of those that he taught, that he led, and he loved. The poet Longfellow once said, "Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time." Sir David's footprints are deep and permanent. In the classrooms of KG6 and Selwyn College, in the halls of the church, in the corridors of government, and in the fabric of our national identity. Born in Samasodu village, Isabel province in 1950, his life was shaped by struggle, resilience, and an unshakable belief in education.
Sir Vunagi's body was laid to rest at the St. Barnabas Cathedral grounds. Yan Kaukui, SIBC TV.
The United Kingdom's key focus in the Solomon Islands is on good governance. British High Commissioner to Solomon Islands, His Excellency Paul Turner, told SIBC News in an exclusive interview on Friday. He said the focus will be implemented through the strengthening of the role of the media and Parliament.
One of the niche areas for the UK here is on governance, is on media freedom, is on making your parliamentary system work well, and basically enabling the media to scrutinise Parliament and for the parliamentarians to scrutinise the government, the executive. So we want to work at both ends. We want to work with the Parliament to help the MPs be able to debate and scrutinise what the government is doing. But equally, we want the media to be able to scrutinise what the parliamentarians are doing.
He adds strengthening the role of the media is important as media freedom is increasingly under threat in many countries.
That's the sign of a healthy country, a healthy society where you have open scrutiny. They don't have that in all countries. We have that in the UK. I would argue, as I have publicly said, that that's increasingly under threat, those kind of democratic processes in parts of the world. So I see a real value added of the UK's contribution here, our bilateral programme, working on governance issues, helping strengthen the media, and helping make the Parliament work efficiently and effectively. Those are really, really important areas. That's where we're going to...
Now the Central Bank of Solomon Islands unveiled a new $1 coin featuring King Charles III. Ian Kaukui with more.
The Central Bank of Solomon Islands, CBSI, on Thursday unveiled its new $1 coin bearing the effigy of King Charles III, whilst the famous Ngusu Ngusu remains on the other side. Finance Minister Honorable Manasseh Sogovare, when officially declared the coin as legal tender, says the introduction of the new $1 coin marks a significant transition in the country's currency.
On behalf of the Government of Solomon Islands and the people of this nation, it gives me great pleasure to officially launch the Solomon Islands' latest currency coin, the new $1 coin with new effigy, on this day, the 13th of March 2025. This $1 circulation coin bears the effigy of His Majesty King Charles III that will be portrayed in all our future circulating coins, including the 10 cent, 20 cent, 50 cents, $1 and $2 denominations, along with our numismatic coins. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I now declare that the new $1 circulating coin featuring the effigy of His Majesty King Charles III is hereby recognized and be used as legal tender currency in Solomon Islands.
Meanwhile, CBSI Governor Dr. Luke Farrow says the inclusion of the effigy marks the first Solomon Islands coin to commemorate His Majesty's reign, combining the country's traditional elements.
As a market currency, this bank coin will be highly used in daily transactions because of its face value for smaller payments for all retailers, both in rural and urban markets areas. And this is especially prevalent in our markets, if you go to the markets. The inclusion of the effigy marks the first Solomon Islands coin to commemorate His Majesty's reign, combining traditional elements with this fresh design to celebrate the nation's heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, the coin is more than a currency. It is a symbol of the Solomon Islands history, culture, and it ties the Commonwealth. This design honors both our traditional and shared value that the nations of the Commonwealth uphold in recognition of the monarchy.
He encourages people to circulate it, including the current one.
Perhaps some people are keeping it as in their piggy banks and they don't want to circulate it. But we want you to circulate it, please, especially our rural folks. Because if you don't circulate, it means the multiplier effect of it. When I say you circulate this, you go and buy. You use that $1 to buy. So I appeal to our good people in the Solomon Islands that please use on new coins, especially with extra care and pride. But we would also want you to keep that $1 moving in terms of trade.
SIBC News understands the country's $2 coin next year will bear the effigy of King Charles III. Yan Kaukui, SIBC TV.
The Law Reform Commission has urged the government to address the high cost of power in the country, with Commissioner emphasizing that the Tina River Hydro project alone will not solve the issue. Yan Kaukui with more.
The Law Reform Commission calls on responsible authorities within the government to address the high cost of power in the country. Commissioner Robin Tovutovu made the call before the Bills and Legislation Committee during the inquiry into the Special Economic Zone Bill 2024 this week. Mr. Tovutovu says the Tina River Hydro project alone will not address the high cost of power throughout the country.
We have a lot of legislation, in a already low country. I think our biggest problem are more economic. Addressing now cost of power, cost of water. Now people comment answer block na or even someone power say, oh, wait in Tina Hydro. But Tina Hydro Logwale, as a chairman law legislative committee have mentioned it, decentralized development. Now by if Tina Hydro have complete, I can committee that a lot of investors become Logwale along the eastern corridor area. So it doesn't really address development issues outside the provinces. So what number sovereign power by him doing in terms of cost of Siwa? 60. Me used to work along Siwa. 60% of cost per Siwa is power, electricity. So we are not addressing economic development. So the commission is of the view that I think that the government needs to address cost of power, cost of water, and probably telecommunication too. So I think our challenge, biggest challenge, are more economic than legal. That's our view.
He adds a more thorough economic cost-benefit analysis is needed to change the trajectory of development of Solomon Islands.
Let's speak on tax exemptions. Power invested law commission, Commission of Inland Revenue, plus Minister of Finance, not with this new act. How not new act by him changing trajectory of development through tax incentives. So that is why we raise these comments. For probably sponsoring ministry need to be given a task to actually do a more thorough economic cost-benefit analysis. Chairman just raised auto plans here, policy documents here. I think before looking at Chairman, looking now documents here. With him, or should come with him this bill before honorable committee before.
Yan Kaukui, SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.